The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the individual guests and hosts and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast. All content provided on this podcast is for informational, educational, and most importantly, entertainment purposes only.
I will be a rock star. I will be a monster.
Where it happened at? Live from Bedford-Stuyvesant, the livest. Live from Bedford-Stuyvesant, the livest. Where it happened at? Brownsville. 718. Sin City, nah. Drill City. It's a dynasty. Thanks to Sean Carter.
In audio.
Welcome to Live from Bedford-Stuyvesant, the livest one.
Representing BK to the fullest.
Yeah, she's smiling, man. What you had tonight, man?
I ain't had nothing.
I don't know. You smiling so much over there, man?
It's just that joy, you know?
Yeah, man, I get it.
You gotta have joy.
I feel good too, man. I had to carry these chairs in here, man. I feel sweaty.
Yeah, but it look good. It look good. I like it.
But we have Shamika Cousar Arquee. What's going on? So tell them who you are.
Shamika Cousar Arquee.
Okay, so she has a lot going on with her name, man. So it's like you can't forget that. So she's a children's author. She has a new book called Being Different is Okay.
Yeah,
so I brought her on my podcast. Not the first time.
Right.
So we coming back. We doing a rerun. So you guys gotta know sometimes you have things where you have to reshoot. And
Right.
a lot of things going in the background. So we reshooting again. And we had a dope location. We got Jay-Z in the background. No, I'm joking. But Shamika, tell me where you're from.
Well, I'm from Brooklyn. I lived here all my life.
Okay.
Born and raised in Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a minister.
Right.
I'm also a music artist.
Okay.
As well, and author.
I got a whole Bible on you, man. So what made you want to get into ministry first? Because you were doing the New York Theological Seminary,
Mm-hmm.
the Love Fellowship Tabernacle. You stepping out of faith is something different. So
Yeah, that's the CD.
Gotcha, the
that I
CD,
did,
the
yeah.
musician.
The music
So what
CD.
made you want to get into ministry?
Well, the state that we living in this world, I just feel like, we need people to guide us in a certain direction, and not only that, I needed a little direction myself,
Gotcha.
I was living in Brooklyn, the projects, you see a lot of things, you get involved with a lot of things,
Right.
and you feel like you want to transform in some type of way,
Right.
to be better, to help people. So I think that was the thing that made me go into ministry the most.
Okay, so nothing traumatic. Sometimes some people go through something that make them want to change their lives around totally. You feel like you just stepped into the Lord, or do you feel like you was like something happened where you made that decision?
Well, it was this one lady, I was working at this job, and she basically told me that God didn't hear sinners. And when she said that kind of blew my mind, because I was like, it don't sound right. Something just in your spirit just tell you, that's not right.
Right.
And I had to search the Bible for myself. Not only that, go to school to find out, and then also start praying more to really get into the presence of God, for him to even speak to me, to let me know that I hear you. Regardless of what state that you in, I'm going to be there for you.
So I got a quick question about prayer. I know somebody right now, her phone keep going off, ringing to pray.
Yeah.
I be like, yo, how many times you gonna pray, man? So when you pray, do you feel a oneness or connection with God or the unit? Like, what kind of feeling do you feel? Like, I don't think many people talk about that. What's the feeling you get when you pray?
You know what? It's a sense of relief. Because the Bible says to cast all your cares upon him because he cares for you, right? So, if you're walking around all day long with stress about how I'm going to pay my bills and the things that I need to do on a daily basis, it's stressful.
That's true.
So, when you pray, is a sense of relief because you leaving it there and you putting it in his hands, basically saying, I can't handle it, but you can.
Got you.
You know, God can. So I feel when you pray, you release, and not only that, you get a sense of peace. A peace about the situations you're praying about, and also just in your spirit. So you could just continue to go on every day. You know?
Nice. Being you're a minister, give me one bomb prayer that you usually go to. What's your favorite prayer? I know everybody got a Psalms or
Psalms
Ezekiel's
23. It's different prayers. You could pray anything. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing. I think people get it mixed up, right? That you definitely got to go to the Bible and just find a prayer. No, you speaking from your heart. You speaking from your heart. And as you continue to pray, he's going to lead you to the scripture that you need to be praying about.
Got you.
You know, for the situation that you in.
Got you.
You know? So you praying is a form of communication.
Got you.
So you just communicate with him. And when you communicate with him, he's going to direct you where you need to go. But there are also scriptures in the Bible that you can pray also.
So you being a minister, what would be one of have you ever done something where you feel like you changed someone's life as a minister?
Well, it was this one incident where it was this young guy, when I used to come home from work, he used to see me, and I used to have like groceries and stuff like that. And he would come and be like, you know, in the hood, they give you names, nicknames. And he used to call me Big Girl, And he would come, take my bags to the building, in front of the building, and drop them there for me.
What a nice guy.
It's all about respect.
Yeah.
And he would drop the bags off there. And then one day I found out that he got shot in the head.
Wow.
And him being shot in the head, I felt like an obligation to even see about him. I didn't know his name or anything like that, because it was just, oh, hey, what's up? How you doing? Thank you.
So you looked for him? You asked about him?
They basically told me he had got shot in the head. He was sitting on the bench and somebody came and shot him. And
just walked up and shot him?
Yeah, listen, we living in a crazy time right now. And it was in the project in Cypress Hills, to be exact.
Right.
And I found out what hospital he was in. I went to the hospital. They told me what his name was and everything. And I would go see this guy every day. Because every day he would help me with my bags when he seen me or whenever. So I felt like, let me return the favor.
Right.
So I would go to the hospital with him and sit there, and I would pray with him, and I would read the Bible to him, also do my little singing every now and then.
You would sing to him?
I would sing to him, in my own little way. And they basically gave him up and said that he was brain dead.
Oh, so he wasn't moving?
He wasn't moving at all.
Talking.
He wasn't moving, wasn't talking. They basically said that it was no more hope for him.
You was coming every day to get
Every day I was coming in, I was talking to him like, listen, these doctors want to, pull the plug. You got to start moving. You got to start doing something.
How did that feel to walk into an environment like that every day? How did that make you feel to come there and but to see him like that and want him to wake up?
I felt that, you know what? We need people like that. We need people like that to care about other people. And I just felt like, he cared about me enough to hold my bags. He didn't have to.
Right.
You know how many times people will walk past me and see me with my bags and don't ask, do I need help? But I'm struggling. So, for me to care for him like that, I felt like, do that.
Right.
And his family was there, and then, they was hurt or whatever. And one day I just prayed with them in the hallway. We talked and everything, and they were saying, well, the doctor said this is basically it. And I said, nah, I'm going to keep coming. And I kept coming, and I started talking to him even more. And I said,
what made you want to keep coming, though? I mean, just because you held your groceries, do you feel like what drove you to get up and come there every day? That's like something that like nobody does.
Consistency. He was consistent. You understand what I'm saying?
He really left a good impression on you.
Yeah, right. He left a good impression on me, and I just felt like I wanted to do it.
And he needed you.
And he needed me, like I needed him those days. And I said, I'm going to rock with him.
Right.
And one day I was in the hospital, and I was just talking to him, and I said, well, they want to pull a plug. If you hear me, you got to move. You got to move.
Wow.
You got to move. And I'm telling you, God is my witness. That man moved his finger and everything. And the doctor was like, I would call the doctor and it was like, come here. He moving. They was like, he ain't move. I said, no, he did move. The next day I came back. He moved just a little bit.
Wow.
The next day I came back. Don't you know he was moving his hands and moving his legs. The doctor transformed,
Wow.
situated the room to where, to put him up to the other machines and everything.
Mm-hmm.
His mother was so happy and everything. And I just felt good about that. But I didn't give up on him. I just kept going.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing until they actually moved him out of Brookdale into Jamaica Hospital.
Okay.
And when they moved him into Jamaica Hospital, I seen a difference in him.
Okay.
He started coming to himself, but his speech was still like impaired a little bit.
Gotcha.
But he was able to walk after a while. But it was like, he didn't really have his balance like that, but he was able to.
You was there for all this?
I was there for all of this.
Wow.
I was there for all of this. And then when he actually got out of the hospital, he came looking for me.
Mm.
He came looking for me because he knew my building, and come to find out his aunt or his mother lived on the 3rd floor in my building.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And he came looking for me, and he was like, thank you. Thank you, big girl.
Right.
And I was so happy to see him.
That's amazing. That's an amazing story.
Yeah.
Man. I mean, like to have somebody that, you meet on the street and then they go through that, get shot in the head, and then you be at the hospital and you literally spoke life back into them.
Yeah.
Like, people don't do that. So that's like, you're a blessing, man.
Listen,
you're a chosen one.
Look, it's
you
God
must got some kind of power in them lungs, man. You told him the walking, he moving, he moved?
And he moved.
So,
he moved.
like, I mean, at that point when he moved, like, how close were they to, doing what they was going to do?
Not too long before that.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to pull a plug, but I kept telling his mother, don't give up. Just wait a little while longer. Just trying to get it. And I think it did something for me too, because it increased my faith as well. Because remember, I'm still trying to know the Lord in a certain way. And then, see, we hear about the Lord doing this in the Bible, right? Doing miracles and performing miracles here and doing this. But then when you see it in the natural, it hit different.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Those are stories.
You was there and the guy woke up from, probably the dead. So that's like Lazarus. I mean,
see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's amazing,
So to see that happen, it's like, wow. When everybody done counted this dude out, like, nah, he back.
And he what? Now he outside. Like,
right. But then you got to look at your own life, right?
Right?
How many times people count you out and say you down for the count, it ain't going your way, you ain't gonna be nothing, and this, that, and the third, and then you come back.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
But I have to be honest. I have more people that say that I can that I can't.
But that's good. I mean, that's a blessing for you.
Yeah, it
but
is,
we don't
actually.
always have that. Sometimes you got people on the opposite spectrum, and it's like, they ain't gonna be nothing.
Yeah.
They ain't trying to do nothing.
Somewhere in the recesses, like, I don't know, what is the thing from Lord of the Rings? The recesses somewhere in the shadows saying something, but I don't see him, I don't hear him. Everybody that I hear are loud and they in front of me and they tell me keep going. You know what I mean? So I tell myself keep going, of course, because but so I would hope that anybody that's I have a team around them or have family members that's what they would be telling them.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going on with your voice. I don't know what happened, how he woke up, man. If I'm ever in a situation, please give me a prayer, man.
Oh, you already know.
But so New York Theological Seminary. So I want to know a little bit of your journey as a minister, because we always know a journey of a politician, a journey of an actor, a journey of a singer.
Right.
That right there is an amazing story. It should be on Barbara Walters somewhere.
All right, Papa.
So it's an amazing story, and you heard it here first on Live from Bedford Stuyvesant. I'm honored to hear it. I think it's an amazing story. You went into ministry, but you also went to New York Theological Seminary, and you had a little bit. Then you went to the Love Fellowship Tabernacle. So tell me a little bit about that transition of you going to becoming a minister, and how did that work for you?
Well, going, like I said, trying to get to know the Lord a little bit better in the closeness and personally.
Right.
You know, it's different when you got a preacher preaching over you and speaking and telling you to believe this and believe that. But it's another thing when you have your private time.
Right.
Right? And you develop something that even when the preacher's speaking, you hear it yourself. You know? So now you following, but you know for sure it's the voice of the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? Because we got all kind of stuff going on out here.
Correct.
But, you know, I just wanted to get that that connection. So going a little deeper was going into New York Theological Seminary school and being among my peers and understanding that, you know, there's different religions, you know, there's different faiths that people study, and you got to respect everybody, but know the one true and living God at the same time. Okay. You know? Okay, so how did you get involved into the Love Tabernacle? I got invited. Okay. I got invited there, and yeah, I got invited. Okay, so invited to do what? To preach? No, I got invited to go as a parishioner. Okay, so what does that particularly mean, parishioner? Well, you know, somebody there to get the word. Oh, get the word. So was it a date? No, yeah, a date with the Lord. Somebody trying to set you up, man. You know what I'm saying? They bring you on. So you also been to Brooklyn. You went to Brooklyn College. So you in Brooklyn. Kingsborough Community College. That's right. And what's this? Boys and Girls High School. Boys and Girls with Frank Mickens. Who? Frank Mickens. He used to walk around with a hammer and a bat. Oh boy, I sound like one of them Decepticon guys. Yeah. Around that time, it was all of that stuff going on. But he was there to set it straight. So I got a lot. Gotcha. From being in Brooklyn. Okay. You know, and going over to Boys and Girls as well. You know, he said a structure there for the youth. You know, because around that time, it was a lot of fighting and gangs and stuff like that. That's another question. That's why I was like, I want to know why you chose ministry, because it was crazy. But you know what? I didn't choose it. Okay. It chose me. You see what I'm saying? It was put on me. I mean, a lot of people get chosen for things, and sometimes they don't walk into the light. Yeah, so. That's true. That's true. But I believe he called me to it. Because that's not something that I wanted to do. Because I was one of those people. I'm not going to church. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to the club. I'm doing this, that, and the third. But it was like, it was a transformation. Right. You know, like, you can't keep doing this forever. You need something else. Right. And like I said, along the way, I met different people in my life. And one of them was this one lady telling me that God didn't hear sinners. And I was like, wait a minute, hold on. I'm a sinner. What's up with that? Let me find out. So you're saying that, did you think that scared you a little bit to make you want to be like, maybe I need to get on board with the religion? Or do you feel like her saying that God don't hear sinners, like you feel like that made you want to be like, let me shape up and shape myself up a little bit? No, I just got a little curious. Oh, yeah, curious. I just got curious. Somebody tell me God don't hear sinners, man, I'd be like, what? I mean, I need to try. I'll yeah, you gonna be like, well, where that's at? Where you found that at? Like, tell me where you where you get that from. I'm more terrified, to be honest with you. Somebody tell me God don't hear sinners. That make me want to change up. Right. I'm out here sinning. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, but I mean, not in a bad way. I know what you mean. It's a lot of commandments. How many commandments is it? Like 200 some change? Like 600? He said, come on now. 600 commandments. Yeesh. I was talking to somebody the other day, and we talking about 10 Commandments, and because I know there's 47 negative confessions of Osiris, right, which come from the Book of the Dead, which actually the Bible comes from. I mean, but I was talking to her, and she was saying something about over 600 commandments. Yeah. So I was wondering, so that's a lot to abide by. But you know what? You can't look at it like that. You understand what I'm saying? You do the right thing. Do the right thing. You shouldn't be trying to hurt nobody. You understand what I'm saying? You shouldn't be wanting what somebody else want. You understand what I'm saying? It's just basic stuff. I do want what somebody else wants. A nice, beautiful woman sometimes. I gotta be talking to. Well, not they woman though. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I might want it too. You might be talking the same girl. I mean, I might beat him to the punch. Goodness, you need to go sit down. You something else. Yeah.
stepping out on faith. I see that you did some publications and releases. Like you're very active.
Right.
So what did that consist of, stepping out on faith?
That was my music CD.
Okay.
And I love music.
Was that four? How many cuts you had on that? It was a full length CD?
It was 6. I think it was like 6.
Okay.
It was like 6. And I just went into the studio and I felt like, you know, it was a lot going on and I wanted to put it on paper and it just felt good.
Gotcha.
It just felt good. Like I said, sometimes you got to find a hobby that you like and just go with it.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
You know? It's like I'm not a perfect singer, but at the same time, it felt good to me. And that's something that I wanted to release on my own.
Well, you being, you know...
Because we all have different gifts. So sometimes you might have many gifts, but it's up to you what you going to do with them. So when I get it, I go with it.
Well, I always advocate, man, being the best version of yourself. If you have talents and stuff like that, you need to just get it out.
Right.
And, you know, because, you know, a lot of people that we grew up with, our mothers and fathers, they never realized their dreams.
Right.
So you want to, you know, tell the kids and stuff like that, you know, to go for what you, so you never regret it.
Right.
When you get 40 or 50, you'll look back like, damn, I could have did this. But you did it already.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's terrific. So you stepping out on faith for real, because you everywhere.
Yes.
All right. So another question. So what's your education?
What do you mean?
Like education,
Well, I'm getting ready to get my doctorate in 2025.
Wow.
In pastoral leadership. So
wow. So how many? Because I know everyone I talk to got like 5 degrees, man. So
yeah, I mean, you got to keep going until you make a touchdown.
I mean, you made a touchdown already. I mean,
yeah. Well, you know,
you have a doctorate.
I'm over at the touchdown line dancing at this point because I feel good. You know?
Yeah, you definitely shimmy, yah, shimmy, yeah. That's for sure.
Right.
So okay, so like I said, your profile is extensive. Mm-hmm. So you have something called Live Undefeated, Declaring, Reclaiming, and Possessing Total Victory. So this is a book you wrote?
Yeah, that's a book that I wrote too. I wrote that in 2014, and it's basically faith-based, and it just talks about the basic principles on how to really get connected with God. And one of the things is prayer, you know. Another thing that I have in the book is learning to be second while still being first.
Okay, explain a little bit of that.
You know, sometimes you could have another person can have a position, right? Or have the title, but you could be actually better than the person, but they actually got to do it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's not taking anything from you. You just staying in your lane.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Until sometimes the position open up.
Gotcha. A lot of people don't think like that. People
some people are
try to trip you.
Right, to get to the front. You ain't got to do all that. Just be you.
Yeah, I agree about that to a degree. But sometimes...
Go ahead.
Somebody got to trip some people sometimes. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
And setting standards. And one of them is setting standards. Because a lot of times I think we don't set boundaries. And people cross the line. And you got to shut people down sometimes. So, and it's not always good, but you got to do what you got to do.
So what makes people, as a minister, what makes people write like a book about ministry, like, you know, reclaiming, because like again, you said reclaiming and possessing total victory. So, and you coming in from an ecclesiastical point of view, right? I hope I said, sometimes I always mess that word up. And coming in from that kind of viewpoint, but how do you channel what you're channeling through a book and without being too biblical, in other words?
Your experience.
Got you.
You know, your experience is the thing that teaches you to help other people. You know, so whatever you go through, when you're able to put it on paper, somebody else is going to be able to relate to it. And we don't go through things just for ourselves. We go through it so we can help other people.
Right.
You know, so if you don't know how to respond to something, you probably never been through it before. So in order for you to know how to respond to certain things, sometimes you got to be in it to be able to say, this is how this go.
So so this is another book I gotta read then.
Yeah, that one too. Pick it up.
Really? I got you. So where's that available at? On Amazon too?
That's on Amazon as well.
Okay. So you got a few books going on. All right. So let's see what else we got going on here, because I know that you worked on Rikers Island.
Right.
Why?
Ministry, and not only that, we can't.
You just follow whatever the Lord take you. You just
wherever
follow.
He take me, I'm going. You know, because look, we can't forget about these people. You understand what I'm saying? Just because you did something, that don't mean that what you did. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes you get in situations, and unfortunately, it turn you left.
Right.
But you know, sometimes they need somebody to talk to too. You know, somebody to help them, encourage them, to lift them up, to say, "Don't give up." You in this position for a reason, but at the same time, it's supposed to teach you something.
So I got to ask you, there's two things I want to say. One of them is, so when you dealing with people that are incarcerated, does their crime ever matter to you as being a Christian or a minister or being a woman of the faith?
I think everything matters.
Okay.
You know, I think that you have to love the person, but hate the thing that they did.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't a good thing that you did, but God still has love for you.
Right.
You know, and it's for you to change the way you react to things and the way you respond to things, you know? So, yeah.
So, I mean, because leads into my second question. Do you think people that you went into prison, Rikers Island and View, do you think they were authentic in receiving the word and being, you know, whatever the class you held? You think they were authentically there and they participated wholeheartedly, or you think, you know, they were faking?
Nah, I think when your back is up against the wall, you ain't faking.
Right.
You trying to get out, whether somebody's sticking you up or you actually trying to get out of a situation in your spirit. You understand what I'm saying? You're gonna be kind of dedicated to what you're doing. You know, and if they fake, they just gonna, I mean, anybody that's fake is gonna eventually come out. You're gonna see it. You understand what I'm saying? You can't hold that for long. So whatever you got going on the inside, I don't care whether it's a mass murderer or whatever, eventually you're gonna come out and spill what it is that's going on with you on the inside.
I can agree with that because I know two people. One of them, his name is Mike Love, and another gentleman named is Jasi, I believe. And you know, they did you know, serve some time, stuff like that. But no, they came home, they 1,000% invested into the faith.
Right.
You know, so
because it changes you.
Yeah, so you know the transformation, as you mentioned earlier. You said transform. I thought about Decepticons.
Yeah, yo, I just saw that the other day, which was Transformers. This actually.
Oh, you went to see the Transformers one?
Yeah, it was good.
It was dope. Yeah, I want to go see it too. I seen the original Transformers from 1988 or 1986, something like that. I seen that. Then I want to go see Transformers. Right after that, I went to see Transformers 1. It was really good, man.
Yeah.
Optimus got busy, man. The storyline with Megatron and Optimus Prime meeting, like, you know, being like, I forgot they called them.
Minis.
Yeah,
they was minis at first.
They was working the docks and all that. They didn't have a core inside of them.
Right.
But it was pretty interesting. I never knew that it would start like that.
Right.
They were buddies and they turned enemies.
Right.
It's pretty, you know, go see Transformers 1. It's pretty dope, man.
Yeah, it really is. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too.
I mean, Optimus Prime was, you know, my favorite part was the part when what was the guy name? He shot him?
You talking about Megatron?
Megatron. He
fell
shot
down
him. He was going down. But you see how he just transformed, like the ancestors came.
He came out of nowhere.
And was like, man, I felt like that was God just coming in and like restoring him.
Yeah,
you know. So
I mean, everything has, you know, parallels to it.
Yeah.
You know? But so yeah. So here you go. One more churches. John Wesley. I mean, everybody know you around here, man. John Wesley, because you got 2 books. You volunteered on Rikers Island.
Yeah.
You made a whole six.
I'm not messing with him.
You know what I mean? Like you got. Wait a minute. This thing is. I told you have a whole Bible here. I don't know where to stop at. So you have John Wesley United Methodist Church. You were there. Also, you were mentoring with the NYTS there, New York Theological Seminary. He also was the ministry of the New York of a pastor in training, and you got so many people. Assistant Reverend Clive, and he was in the congregation of Manhattan. So who kicked you out, man? You was like, who be kicking you out of these places, man?
No, I don't be. Listen, I got work to do, and it's all over.
Right.
So sometimes it's here, and sometimes it's there.
Right.
You know. Look at Jesus. He was all around the place, man. He was never in one spot.
I should be dealing with 12 apostles. That's
he
a lot
was
of people.
all over.
They be dealing with 12 apostles. That's a lot of people to be dealing with, man.
Listen.
That's a lot of people to watch.
Right.
You know? So you're right about that part. So you Interfaith Medical Center. Oh, okay. You was a visiting hospital chaplain.
Yeah.
I mean, so would that be like something that would happen with what's the fellas? I don't know if you can say his name that was in the coma.
Oh, now I'm gonna say his name.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you after you came out, is this before the situation, or when you become a hospital?
No, that's
chaplain?
after. That's after.
So you became a hospital chaplain after that,
Right.
And so you went and you started praying about.
I was
people?
praying over the folks in the hospital
Got
and
you.
everything,
Got
and
you.
so everybody don't have get visitors.
Got you.
They don't have family members coming out to see them. So, you just go in the room, pop in. What's up? How you doing? Everything good? Give a little smile and talk with them for a little while, pray. And, they look forward to you coming that next week. And when you don't come, it's like, yo, Mika, you ain't come. What happened to you? I missed you.
I mean, if you have somebody that's laying up, I mean, I definitely, I mean, I'm in the hospital, I definitely want somebody to come see me.
Yeah.
So who want to be seen in the hospital? I mean, honestly, it's boring. You can't do nothing.
Right. So you want a visitor too.
Yeah. I mean, I just had somebody who just was recently had a situation, and I popped up there, gave us some flowers to her and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a minute since I've been in the hospital.
Right.
But you always want to go, no matter what condition anybody is in. Even if she was home and she had a problem, so now we could still come see her or him. Just showing love to people, being there when their time of need.
Right.
Cool. Okay, so I got everything about that. So let's talk a little bit about being different is okay. Why the title?
I think in my life I dealt with a lot of I wanna say this the right way. Sometimes when you not like everybody else or doing what everybody
what you doing?
else.
Some kids your mom right now? You're not like us?
No. Like when you're not doing what everybody else is doing, sometimes people try to make you like an outcast. Like, oh, well, you ain't doing what we doing. You need to be doing it, walking like us. We clones and all of that, you know, and rolling with the cliques. Mm-hmm. They make you feel indifferent. Mm-hmm. So I came up with this title because being different is okay. Mm. You don't have to walk like somebody, dress like somebody, put your hair like them. I mean, you might admire it and like it and appreciate it, but that don't mean, I just because she got it, I want it.
Right, correct.
Or because they doing it, I need to be. No, do your own thing. Mm-hmm. Find your own niche and be comfortable with it. Your own individuality and be good with it. Some people not good with it. You feel off balance when you ain't rocking with this one or,
Yeah.
It's kind of off a little bit.
Again, sometimes I feel like I want what other people got.
It's like you walking through a field with nothing but just red roses. Like you want different colors. Like, oh, this is nice. The botanical garden looking good.
Yeah, but if I see somebody with the red ones, sometimes I want the red ones too, man. I'm like, where he get those from? So
I mean, it's not wrong with that. It's not wrong with that. But at the same time, you can't lose yourself in it.
Okay,
because I think some people lose themselves in trying to mimic other people. Like,
So, Kamani, who and where did Kamani come from?
That's me.
Okay.
That's me. I just made up the name.
Okay.
So I thought the name was cute.
I thought it was a really good name. Actually.
Yeah, I thought the name was cute, and I was like, I want something different. And that's my life. That's my life in a book. Sometimes when, whether you growing up, and especially, me, for instance, when I was growing up, it was a lot of colorism.
Wow.
And being dark-skinned, you would look like, what's all that about? So I want a light-skinned girl, not a dark-skinned girl.
Colorism by, other people of your same skin tone, like melanated people?
Yeah, but the light skin, dark skin, all over. Anything. And I had to fight through that.
Right.
That was like in the 90s.
Right.
Like the 80s and 90s, So it was a lot of that stuff going on. So, being separated, trying to figure my own self out.
Right.
And sometimes you doubt what it is that you're trying to do.
Right.
Or even doubt yourself.
I get it. Because, sometimes people can make you feel unattractive.
Right.
Yeah. Because of,
And then when you really feel like, oh yeah, I'm cute, you can't tell me nothing. Then you come into your own. You understand what I'm saying? But sometimes you get into this place where either you shy or you just feel like, oh, I don't want to do this because somebody's looking, and but it's okay to be different and own it.
Yeah. I do a lot of things. I don't care who's looking.
Oh yeah, now I do. Yeah, but growing up, you have those insecurities. So this is where Kamani is born.
Well, I'm gonna say, Kamani's a great character.
Right.
I feel, what do you think about, when I was in a relationship where, the lady, she used to read to her daughter like almost every night. I thought it was dope.
Right.
do you think we should bring back, us tucking in our kids and reading the bedtime stories to them?
Yeah, I believe so. I think, sometimes we spend so much time at work being busy and we don't spend time with the kids. So that's a great time to, before bed, even on the weekend, take that time out to spend with your child and to even talk to them about sometimes. I think sometimes we rushing the kids off. Oh, go to school, boom. Out the door, they halfway falling down the stairs. You understand what I'm saying? Go to the after school program. But sometimes you got to take that time just to find out what's going on with them.
That's correct.
And in this book, she had a lot of things going on with her, but she needed to express that. And she needed an outlet. So, this, it was like a little workshop that she went to that gave her the confidence that she needed to move forward in her life. And sometimes I think we need that. Even as children, they need that.
I mean, we all need to know that no matter what you are, what shade you are, that, being you should always be, especially as a kid.
Right. It's so hard.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying nobody should tell a kid what to be and not to be. It should just be what they want to be.
Right.
Should never try to impress a kid to be something. I feel like sometimes, with parents, with the parenting, sometimes they push kids to, into sports, into ballet, and put a lot of pressure on them. They're still kids.
Right.
Let them enjoy themselves and stuff like that. But, these kids nowadays, I seen a commercial the other day. This kid, she had a whole schedule.
Yeah, keep them busy.
I do this at 1, I do this at 12. I'm like, what? She got a job? Like, she's like 5 years old with a dad.
Right.
Yeah, the commercial about what she do. She had a whole schedule, a whole syllabus. But I can agree about that in reference to people. I mean, when we younger, we still finding ourselves.
And that's why we need our parents too. To help us, to give us that structure and that balance, And I think sometimes it's more do as I say and not as I do.
That's hypocrisy.
Right. It's hard. Right. You can't really teach a kid like that.
I mean, I don't have no kids. A lot of women that I date have kids or have dated have kids, and I always am mindful that I'm around a child.
Right.
I don't try to use profanity. Whatever I'm doing, if I'm having a drink or anything that's inappropriate for I want a child to be in a good space mentally and just know that how a man's supposed to treat a woman and how they're supposed to see adults.
Right.
I think we crossed the line today because everything is so out there, and we forget that these are kids, man. Let them be kids. It's like, don't try to rush them to using profanity and wearing inappropriate clothes and listening to this kind of music and stuff like that. No, they should be listening to A, B, C, D. You know what I mean? Not Megan Thee Stallion and stuff like that. All the respect. I'm not trying to go out Megan Thee Stallion. I'm just saying, I have an issue with it in reference to the way these kids are really fast.
Right.
When I was growing up, I got popped in the mouth for saying damn.
Yeah, you can't say all that.
Yeah, I couldn't say damn or shoot. Even shoot was a curse. Shoot,
that's
what?
Right. The shoe will be flying from one room to the next.
Shoot was a curse word. But anyway, I really think we need to bring storytelling back. I enjoyed it. She used to read to her daughter in the room. I used to be eavesdropping, man. I used to come and sit down and listen, man. I never remember myself having stories being read to me, but I think it's very important. I think, that's like, even if a storytelling has to do with something, sometimes what the Indians did, this is how we pass information before we was actually writing it down.
Right.
We was verbalizing it. I have a friend that came on Eric bowed, and he said his mother, before she passed, she gave all of information to him orally.
Right.
You know, she told him everything about the family verbatim, and he absorbed it and kept it instead of her saying from a book. So it was like not fantasy, it was like real stuff about his ancestors and, you know, great-grandfather, et cetera, et cetera. So we definitely got to bring storytelling back because we never know when this will be gone.
That's right, them phones and
stuff like
all
that,
of that
you
stuff,
know.
yeah. But and then one other thing that I think that we forget, even for the children, they have feelings too.
No, I'll never forget that.
You know,
yeah.
they have feelings too. You know, you got to give them a chance to express themselves and to say what they feel. And if they feel boxed in or, you know, confined in some way, they're not going to say anything. And that's where a lot of sexual assaults come in. And because they feel like, I can't talk to nobody.
That's correct.
And mommy not listening to me. And daddy not listening either, let alone maybe not even there. But you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that we have to leave room for children to express themselves and to go through what they need to go through and explain to them what it is that they're going through.
Well, that's awesome that you say that, to give people, children a comfortable space to be children. So, and that means that we are guardians.
Right.
You know, so kids can't cross themselves across the street. And I was a kid too. I ain't never just run across the street. There's some things I knew as a kid that I couldn't do.
Right.
You know, because I knew it'd be dangerous for me.
Right.
So we're guardians, and it's up to us as guardians to make sure that these kids are protected and they feel safe and that they have a voice.
Right.
And
they got a voice.
This is why
That's
this book,
important.
Being Different is okay.
Yes.
Is okay, and it's brilliant. And, you know, more children's books need to be written. And I think, you know, I wish I had a daughter. I'd be reading to her tonight. No, I'm serious, man.
Yeah.
I'm really serious. I mean, once I finally have a child, I definitely want to bring the storytelling into play. And that'd be a great way to connect to my son or my daughter. Okay, so I have a few trick questions for you. I mean, off the Richter scale a little bit. It's off the radar. So I have a segment called, you know, Dear Mama, and have a segment called Papa Was a Rolling Stone, but we're gonna say particularly Dear Mama.
Okay.
So let's talk a little bit about Mama and how instrumental she was towards, you know, you being the Shamika you are today. This episode of Live from Bedford-Stuyvesant is brought to you by Mom's Pharmacy, 745 Ralph Avenue, and another location in 235 Utica Avenue. This is not your typical Walgreens. Black-owned, woman-operated. This is where I get my medications from. You might as well, too.
Oh, wow. This is good because I'm glad you asked this question, right? Because my mom, she is like the backbone of this family.
Gotcha.
You know, I get a little emotional, so
you get emotional, I get it.
Because when you come from nothing to something, that's amazing. And then when your child is able to see that, you understand, see you struggle being on, you know, public assistance, going to a place where you got two homes. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning not letting anything stop you. Always being persistent and determined to make it. That's an example that you want to see in a family, you know?
That's for sure.
From your mother.
Yeah, women are wonderful.
Yeah, beautiful. So she has a beautiful spirit and loving heart and caring and very supportive of the things that I do. So I'm very, very grateful for that.
And I'm very, very grateful that you mentioned it.
Yeah. Thank you.
The compassion in woman is unsurpassed, man. So and that's why I want, you know, Kamala to be president. You know, I mean, not just because I want a female to be up there. You know, I mean, a woman to be up there.
Right.
You know, so I have huge respect for women because I feel like women, they get it. You know, a lot of us guys, we're not in tune with that side where we have compassion for something.
Right.
Or we don't we're not a nurture. We don't know how to see signs for some things. The men are really, they say men are idiots sometimes. How you don't see the signs?
Right, it's right in front of your face. You saw what she was doing.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I'm not saying that. I mean, it's in general.
I know.
Understanding a woman just understanding people in general. And women have that, you know, they have that knack and they capability to just be able to tap into somebody.
Right.
You know, so, you know, men have to work on our understanding capabilities, you know, so, but yeah, so dear mama, and so was Papa a bad boy or what's going on? I don't know about bad boy. Hold on. Was he both? I got
No, my father was well grounded. Put
Gotcha.
it like that.
Gotcha.
He knew the streets.
Mm-hmm.
He knew God,
Mm-hmm.
and he knew his family.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I love. You understand what I'm saying? When you could know all those things and stay alive
Mm-hmm.
in the process. Sometimes getting caught up, but staying alive. You understand what I'm saying? Being a man in this world is very difficult. So to stay alive, be aware, and then to still be there for your family is a beautiful thing.
Well, I
Because I feel like we all make mistakes.
Well, I gotta thank you for saying that. You know,
Right.
We don't hear often that it's very difficult for a man out here. Like,
I mean, look,
No?
it is. You black, you got a strike against you. You understand? You a man. That's another one. You know, but at the same time, we can't use that as crutches.
Of course not.
You still got to do what you need to do. Step up and be there for your kids. Be there for your family. Be the man that you need to be. Be the best version of yourself. And sometimes the version that I might want for you may not be the best for you. You understand? So sometimes our expectations may be a little bit higher for y'all, even though I'm just saying.
No, I mean, I feel
You
like
understand what I'm
I
saying?
understand
But
exactly
we
what
got
you're
that
saying.
faith for y'all. That nurturing spirit for y'all to say, you could do this.
my thing, not that I never not understood women, but y'all have a tendency to be like, they don't want to hear excuses, man. They don't want to hear no.
Nah, get it done.
Get it done. I'm like, yo, you see how
Make
many
it
things-
happen.
so many things I'm juggling at once, mommy. But then again, you have to look at a woman. Most women, like they said recently that women have own the most houses now. They have they own their own homes more than men do.
Yeah.
So the percentage is pretty high. So women getting more degrees than men are getting. You know what I mean? So what I have to say about that is that I feel with men, we are like an endangered species because we kill each other, man. We kill each other. It's always something going on with a man,
Yeah,
We
but
need to-
you
we
know
need to
what?
cut it out.
Right, yeah, you got it.
We always at war.
Yeah.
We always fighting over something that we don't need to fight over. While women home cooking food.
But you know what I learned too? And this is over time. I could be wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong. But I feel like some men want things that's already made and set up.
They do.
They don't really want to put in the work and the effort and the time to do it. It's like, yo, I'm going over this girl house. Boom, I'm going over there. I'm taking my clothes over there. Me and Shorty broke up. I'm going over there. So it's like you got it already set up for you. So you really don't have to work for it. But I feel like you got to put the work in order for... You can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result.
Wow. That's
You
a
got
bomb.
to put the work in. And sometimes it's hard. But if you got a good woman, she gonna see it, she gonna help you, and she gonna see you through it, but you can't take it for granted. And I think sometimes men take women for granted until it's not there anymore. And then when the rug gets swept up from under you, it's like, oh, Shorty was really good. Because ain't nobody else doing it.
That's true. I can agree with that. But
You know.
sometimes,
But I'm not gonna say all.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not gonna do that. Cause I'm gonna say some of them step up. Some of them step up and do what they supposed to do. So I'm not gonna just throw them under the bus like that. But in reality, this is what we're working with. So it's hard.
Sometimes things don't work out. It is what it is. But I got a question for you. So,
What's up?
Junior's or the Cheesecake Factory? Don't do it.
Look, I'm from Brooklyn. I'm going with Juniors.
I was waiting for you to slip. Waiting for you to slip. Definitely Juniors all day long, man. I used to
The
ride
cheesecake. I like the cheesecake.
I mean, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
When I say Juniors and Cheesecake Factory, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that classic cheesecake they got. I don't know. I used to be coming from Bed-Stuy all the way downtown on my bike to come to Juniors, man, to get a piece of cheesecake. All of us.
Right.
I mean, that was the number one spot to go eat that cheesecake, man. We was out.
They got a good strawberry shortcake in there too.
Strawberry shortcake?
Yeah, it's good too. I like
it. I guess I'm going to try that. So another question too. It's a boomerang. So, Morris Chestnut or Young Denzel?
Young Denzel. That's my bookie. You crazy? That's my baby.
Yeah, I mean, I had to
Hey,
know.
Denzel.
I had seen something recently with Morris Chestnut.
Sorry, husband. Go ahead.
I had seen something. I don't know. Denzel can never get old, man, with the ladies, man.
Listen, he just that dude.
I mean, I just interviewed Najee, and she's a R&B singer, stuff like that. She raps as well. She's a little bit younger, right? And she went with this. She's a young Denzel too, man.
Yeah.
Over Morris Chestnut.
Yeah, I am.
I don't know. It is what it is, man. Y'all go with what y'all go for.
Right.
So that's very interesting and stuff like that. But
he got swag.
I mean, Denzel. He got the lit. He lit. It's Denzel, man.
He said King Kong ain't got
nothing.
Right.
It's Denzel, man. Of course. So I mentioned Kamala, right? Because I like Kamala, right? But I like Candace.
Okay.
I'm a big Candace. Oh, wait.
Well, no, go ahead. I'm listening.
Yo, your whole temperament was like, okay. I'm a big Candace Owens fan. So are you? Like,
I like Kamala.
Okay.
Kamala.
Kamala. So what was up with what's the caller, by the way? He did something recently. Judge Joe Brown. You seen that?
No.
He was going crazy on Kamala, man.
What he said?
I don't know. You guys said interview. I'm not going to put it out there because it wasn't nice.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, he was going crazy on talking about her past, who she dated, like, she ain't black. Like, he was like, like, why, boy? Like, for what?
Right.
I don't see why. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and she's like the first black woman, like, gonna be the first black woman president. And
Right.
I consider her black. I don't care what nobody say.
Yeah. She is. Come
You
on.
know?
She got
Anyway.
a little something in her.
But anyway, she ain't messing with Candace. She ain't messing with Candace Owens. Candace Owens is a beast. That's my homegirl. She be going ham on people. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I mess with you. So you saying Kamala, I say Candace.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So this is a different kind of question. Who's the realest you ever ran with?
The realest I ever ran with? Clarify that for me, just to make sure I know what you're talking about.
I mean, they could be tough, male or female. They could be honest and true and just be authentic and just not take no crap from nobody. But they the realest because they always showed you that same face. And they always was brave no matter what.
That's crazy. I gotta think about
Well,
that.
you must know a lot of people there.
Yeah, because
Yeah, there's somebody that, you feel like you can count on, that that been through some things and they never changed up.
well, all right. So I'm gonna keep it real simple for you. My husband.
Okay. Wait a minute. Is
He
that by
real.
default? I mean, is he here right now? You looking at him?
That's a brownie point for me.
Yeah, he right in the next room.
No. He the realest. When I say the realest, like he never changed. He's always the same, and he's consistent.
Okay.
And I like that about any man that you dealing with, they should be consistent. And then a man of his word. I like it.
I like him too because I looked in the car. He was cuffing you, man.
That's how he posted.
He has arm around you. He's cuffing you, man. And he be popping up, man. It's the second time he popped up. When you go, he go. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. That's how it's supposed to be a team.
Oh, man.
It's a team.
That tag team? That tag teaming people?
Tag teaming.
Nice.
Shutting them down.
So I really appreciate you coming on Live for Bedford-Stuyvesant. And, tell me what's going on next for you. What you got going on? I mean, you got so much. About to get this doctorate in 2025, of course, which is a big achievement.
Right.
So what you got going on for you this year and next year? And how's the book doing, by the way?
The book is doing awesome. So I'm listen, keep going and purchasing this book. It's on Amazon, and listen, being different is okay. You gotta get it for your child. It's a wonderful book. The book, I'm about to turn 50. I'm like, wow.
I mean, we all
I
out here.
don't feel like it though, but I don't even look like it. But
no, you don't.
Yeah, so I'm about to turn 50 in January. So there's a lot of stuff coming up. I got a couple of signings that I got to do, a couple of events. But other than that, Yeah, I'm just playing it by ear right now.
Mm-hmm. You have a lot of support, man.
Yeah.
Because you've been around.
God is good.
And stuff like that. So this book should be going to shelves.
Listen, run.
Yeah.
Like it's Black Friday. You know?
So what Life of Beth Stuyvesant, what we like to do, we like to celebrate entrepreneurs. We like to celebrate amazing Black women, amazing Black men, different ethnicities, different diversities. We're just here to make sure that, you have the voice that everybody else can hear.
Right.
And so I really appreciate you coming and stopping in, but I really more appreciate anything else because that story still sticks to me about the gentleman that, used to carry your bags for you and stuff like that. And then he got shot. And then you just went to the hospital and you was there with him that whole way through.
Yeah.
There's definitely going to be a space for you in heaven.
I believe it.
So I want to thank you on his behalf and on everybody else's behalf for doing something that, a lot of people won't do, that's devoting your time, your energy, your prayers, and, your heart to him. And he's still being here because of you.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate that. But I also pray for you that even on this journey, while you doing your podcast, and I know this is just the beginning and everything, that God give you wisdom, and He also protect you, and not only send good people your way, people that's gonna be honest, and people that's gonna be upfront, and also people that's gonna make a way for you. You understand? So you continue to do what you need to do, and He's gonna do the rest. And it might be a little setbacks here and there. But stay positive. Always speak life into what it is that you're doing.
I'll never talk negative. I mean, one thing I can say, I have a lot of people around me that support me. People with me right now, I ain't even give them a dime. They just come for the love.
Right.
They helping me out tremendously. I have, people like Steph. I have people like Trevor and stuff like that. I have people like Denise. I have people like Shamika. And stuff like that. I have I have people just coming in and supporting me, man, and I'm very grateful. And one thing that I can say that the wisdom is definitely in me because I'm a Brooklyn dude,
right?
You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm
well rounded.
I'm well rounded, so I can see the BS like before it happens, so I'm already prepared. But I appreciate that because you have a guy come out of coma. So I don't. Whatever you talking, man. That's like what they call it. I would say the oral Midas touch. Liquid gold, man. Right. So I would definitely appreciate you. Thank you for coming on Live from Bedford Stuyvesant.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being patient with me. Yeah. I wanted to have you back on because I screwed up your first interview.
It's okay.
So whatever happens with my team and we do things, so I want to make sure that, this was done over again and was done properly. And I appreciate you saying, I'll go back up there and come again, taking out your time, because you could have been eating some strawberry shortcake. I think I'm going to go to Julie's after this one.
Right.
But I want to thank you guys for tuning into Live from Bedford Stuyvesant. As usual, man, we're going to have a lot more coming up. We have some episodes dropping down that we recently shot. And it's getting hot in here, man. So check out Being Different is Okay, and Being Different is Okay. And I want everybody to know that, especially you children, to know that being different is okay. We're not going to judge you. We're here to be your guardians. So from Live from Bedford Stuyvesant, thank you guys for tuning in. We have much more to come.